Hey, you mentioned that you have a business trip this weekend, right?
Yeah, that's right. Why are you asking?
Well, in that case, I think I'll be a good son and go visit my parents' home.
Oh, okay. That's fine with me. It's a bit unusual for you to go visit your parents, though. Where did all this come from suddenly?
Well, I just thought that it's probably better for my mom if you're not around. She might feel more comfortable. That's why I thought it would be a good time for me to go, when you're on your business trip.
Yeah, that's probably better. I don't mind, but is there a specific reason for you to visit your parents?
No, it's not really a specific reason or anything. But it seems like Michelle is coming home too. So I thought I'd go along with that. Just go visit when we can all get together. We haven't had quality family time in a while.
But did you know Michelle seems to go back home quite often? Your mom mentioned she comes home about twice a week. If you want to coordinate a day with Michelle, seems like you could do it anytime.
It's not like when I go to my parents' home should concern you. Why do you care so much? Can't I visit my family when I want to? Do I need a specific reason more than to visit them?
No, that's not the case. I just thought, is there some other reason you don't want to stay home while I'm away?
Well, honestly, I find it troublesome to cook for myself. So I thought I'd have my mom's cooking. I haven't had her food in a while.
But it's literally just 3 days. Besides, when we got married, we agreed to share housework, remember? Lately, I've been doing most of it if you haven't noticed. Why don't you at least cook and do housework once in a while, as promised? Then I can come home to a clean house also.
Nah, there's no way I can do the housework when I come back from home exhausted from work every day. What are you expecting me to do?
I understand that, because I feel the same way. It's the same for me too, you know.
You're a woman, so it's fine.
Huh? What kind of reasoning is that?
Throughout history, it's been decided that women are the ones who do the housework. So women don't get tired from doing them. It's in their DNA to care for their spouse and family.
What era are you talking about? You do know that humans have evolved and we're no longer even in the same society as 20 years ago. If we're going to say that, then historically it's been decided that men work. So they shouldn't get tired from going to their jobs and doing their job either. If you're not tired, then come home and do the housework.
Don't be ridiculous, you're talking nonsense.
Right back at you.
Men's work is much harder and more tiring than women's work. The society expects much more from us.
Wow. That's just a convenient excuse for yourself, isn't it? And you should realize that what you're saying is more like talking nonsense. In the end, it's just an excuse because you're being lazy. Anyway, it doesn't matter because we're both working. So it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman.
There's something my dad used to say all the time. You reminded me of it. He used to say that men shouldn't do household chores. Men need to stay out of the kitchen.
When did he say something like that? And I hope you know housework isn't just what goes on in the kitchen. I really hope you're not making things up just because he's passed away already. Because that would just be so pathetic.
He said it when he was alive. I think, looking back, it was in his will, something he wanted me to follow. You should listen to your parents, after all.
What kind of parent leaves such a ridiculous will?
Right here, my dad did.
You know what I remember your father doing? I remember your father occasionally helping with household chores when he had free time.
Yeah, you probably just had a dream of that or something. Plus, we've only been married for a year when my dad passed away. We didn't even live together, so stop making things up. You couldn't possibly know about it in such a short time.
He was alive for a year, so of course I know. I visited your family countless times while he was alive. Do you not remember, or are you seriously trying to lie to my face?
You're mistaken. I know him more. There's no way that he did such a thing. It's been 5 years since my dad passed away, you know? I'm sure memories change conveniently. You know what? I think there was something about memory substitution or something. I saw it on TV the other day, so that's probably what happened to you. You just changed your memories to something more convenient for you.
Well, true, there may be such cases. I definitely won't deny that. But I'm not mistaken in my memory. I know what I saw.
My dad definitely didn't do any household chores. That's why I decided to follow in his footsteps and not do anything.
Why are you making such selfish decisions? First of all, don't decide things on your own. We're a married couple, so we should discuss and decide things related to our household together. It's not up to you to decide. Not only that, you promised me you'll also do the housework.
Enough. The wife should obey her husband. That's the rule in our home.
Before we got married, you never said anything like that, did you? So, I can't obey such a rule. Just like you're not keeping your promise to do the housework.
You know what? You're becoming more and more arrogant day by day, aren't you? Do you hear yourself?
And you're becoming more and more overbearing yourself.
Before we got married, I thought you were a much more honest and obedient woman.
Before we got married, I thought you were a kinder person with logic.
Yeah, you keep making all this fuss over every little thing. Seriously, you are so annoying. I should have known this side of you before we got married.
Well, sorry about that. It's not like I want to be annoying. You're making me act like this.
Yeah, you should be sorry. You're the one who's wrong. So if you understand that, then in the future, don't go against what I say. Obey me.
I'm not saying sorry is an actual apology if you couldn't tell. So why don't you stop trying to make me promise you something so ridiculous as to obeying you? That's just not possible. Well, if you promise to do the household chores properly from now on, I guess it might be worth considering a bit. So, what do you say?
Don't say such absurd things. Then there's no meaning of the promise.
Anyway, let's discuss how we want to be as a couple properly again. As it is now, I won't be able to handle it anymore. Even when I come home late from work, you leave the house in a mess. I can't deal with that any longer.
There's no need to discuss it. All you have to do is do as I say. Just obey me. I'm your husband and I can make the rules.
Do you really think that way? Are you seriously saying that to me?
Of course, isn't that obvious? That's why I'm telling you right now. Do you think I'll just be spurring random things? You know what? Next time I go to my parents' house, I'll ask my mom and let's see what she thinks. We'll know the truth.
Your mom will only take your side. You know that, and that's why you're saying this. So I don't think it will make any difference. Also, whatever your mother says doesn't matter because this is about us. And your mother is not involved in any way.
She's gonna agree with me, and that's because you're wrong. I don't know why you want to make it something bigger than it actually is. Do you not want to do your duties as a woman that much? It is appalling that you're making this into a big deal.
That's enough. We'll keep going in circles if we keep talking about this. It's useless.
So, is it okay to say that from now on you won't go against what I say?
Enough of this! I never said it was okay. When did I say that? I don't even know what made you think that because I'm sure I said we're going in circles about this topic. This is getting nowhere. My head is starting to hurt. I can't anymore. Goodbye. I'm going on my business trip and I expect you to not contact me if you can't talk logically.
You are a miserable and horrible wife, you know that?
What? What's your problem?
I heard from my mom when I went to go visit her.
Yeah? About what? You need to explain to me thoroughly. I'm not a mind reader, you know.
I heard about the money I've been sending to my parents' house.
I'm the one who's been sending that money.
Oh, right. Whatever, that's not even the point. It's about the money we've been depositing because my mom was struggling alone after my dad passed away.
Yes? And what about it? Can you get to the point?
Like I said, I heard from my mom about the money.
Is there a problem with that? As I said, can you explain it properly? What's the meaning of talking about that money right now?
You were just pretending to deposit that money to mom, weren't you?
You're saying nonsense. Where did this come from all of a sudden?
My mom has been saying that she hasn't been receiving any money for a long time. What's going on? I'm sure I gave you the money so that you can send it to her. You better have a good reason for this, you thief.
What? You're calling me a thief?
This is the last of your wrongdoing. I know everything, and there's no way that you can get out of this. What were you using $2,000 for every month? The money was for my mom, not you to recklessly spend on yourself. How dare you do this? You better confess to me honestly.
Wait, what are you talking about? I've been sending money every month without fail.
No, my mom said that she hasn't been receiving it.
Are you saying your mom really said that she isn't getting the money?
Yes, she did. She was crying, saying that she's been struggling and needs help. There's no way that she didn't get the money. How is this possible? Explain this properly to me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to know.
Don't try and dodge this. There's no way you can avoid explaining. Dodging won't work even if you act as if you don't know, because I have the evidence. When I checked her bank statement, you've only sent it the first 2-3 times since we started sending the money.
That's because your mom asked me to change the way I deposit the money. It's as simple as that. She asked me to send it as cash on delivery. Her reasoning was that there's no bank nearby for her to withdraw and she's too lazy to go all the way to the bank. Which I understand, so I went ahead and did as told.
That sure sounds like a lame excuse, you know that, right?
Even if you call it an excuse, it's the truth. What more can I say? Please confirm it properly with your mom again. Maybe there's some kind of misunderstanding?
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to imply that my mom is lying about it?
If she says she hasn't received it, then there's no other explanation. Did you even give it a thought about what could have happened before automatically assuming I was the one stealing the money? There's no one else here but your mom who can receive it. It's under your mom's name. So who else would receive it? Tell me.
Wow, you really are a rude person, aren't you? I didn't know that you were this low as a person. Calling your husband's mom a liar. Who do you think you are?
That's because you're giving me no choice. It's not like I think she's lying. I'm saying there could be a misunderstanding to the situation.
A misunderstanding? You did it. Just admit your own fault, honestly. There's no point in lying anymore. I know everything.
Do you really think I stole it? You think I really did not deposit the money for your mom and used it for myself? Faked everything and lied to you about it all this time? For years? Well, I spent time with you every day.
What other explanation is there? There's no other explanation, right?
Don't you trust your own wife that much?
Isn't that obvious? My mom said so herself. It is only natural to believe your parents over you.
I see. So you can't trust me at all? You think I'm someone who can just steal and be okay with it?
You know what? I want you to leave the house right away. I don't need a wife who steals money from my mom and steals from me. It scares me to think that I was living with a thief this whole time.
What?
I thought you were sending money to my mom. That's why I was managing with just $500 a month. Do you know how hard it was?
Managing on $500 per month? That's the average rate in the world, especially with what you're making and what you're giving to your mom.
You know what? I seriously can't live with you anymore.
Does that mean you want to divorce me?
Yeah, that is exactly what I mean. Living with you means I'll just be drained of money. You're a money hoarder and you scammed my money from my family.
If you're going to say that, fine. Let's get a divorce.
Finally, you understand that you can't escape what you've done. But I'll tell you this, I won't agree to any property division.
All right, that's fine by me.
See, I knew it.
What do you mean, I knew it?
Because you agreed to it so easily. Agreeing so easily to not having any property division is basically proof that you were extorting money. If not, you would have tried to fight for it. It's because you're guilty.
It's not like that, but if you think so, that's fine. If that's what you want to believe, go ahead and believe that. It's just troublesome to explain everything to someone like you.
What do you mean someone like me? Seriously, who's the one talking? You're a thief. When I think of it, the only thing that I want back is the money you pretended to deposit into my mom's account. No, I'm definitely gonna get all of that money back from you. I'm gonna make you return the money to us. You better be prepared for it.
If there's any money to return.
Wait, don't tell me. Did you spend it all? Seriously? How can you do this to me? You know that you're a horrible person, right? I should have confirmed with my mom sooner. I can't believe that I trusted a woman like you. I am such an idiot. I regret marrying you.
I didn't expect you to say all that to me. Well, I guess we couldn't even establish trust as a married couple. It's disappointing to find out how you felt about me after all these years.
I guess you can only trust your family after all. Blood is thicker than water. This whole situation has made that clear. I'm glad I had the chance to know before you drained more money out of me.
So I wasn't family. I was just a stranger to you. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, just a stranger. Isn't that obvious? Did you think that you were my real family?
All right, I see. Thanks for being clear about it.
Oh, hurry up and pack your things. You better be gone soon. I don't want to see your face anymore. So I'll stay at my parents' house until you're gone. Got it?
You can do as you please. I don't mind that. But I'd need to pack all my things and find a new place to live. Can you give me at least a week to do everything?
What? You need a week to do everything? It should only take a few days.
Yeah, I need a week at least.
Jeez, I guess I have no choice. Well, you better appreciate my kindness. This is the last kindness you'll get from me.
Thank you. I'll try to move out as quickly as possible.
Hey, Maddie, it's been a while, huh? How you doing? Have you been well?
I'm doing incredibly well. Being on my own, I've been able to increase my savings. I genuinely think that divorcing you was the right choice.
Why are you trying to act so tough? You actually wanted to reconcile with me, didn't you? We all know you're just trying to protect your pride. After all, I'm the only family you have. You have no one else to turn to, right? Oh, you must be missing me.
What? What are you talking about? You're not my family. We're not a family. That's what you said, remember? Oh, wait, your exact words were more like we're strangers, and the blood was thicker than water.
That was just in the heat of the moment. Did you really think that I said it because that's what I believed? I'm hurt that after all these years of being together, you would believe that. I believe that you're the one and only family for me. That's the truth. You've lived with me all those years, and you really don't know how I feel? I'm so hurt to hear that.
I don't understand where this is coming from and what made you think all this. But you went back to your parents' house, right? That's where your real family is. Your mother and your sister. So why don't you stop contacting me and you can go spend time with them instead?
Well, yeah, but...
And your one and only cute little sister, Michelle. She comes home often to visit, right? I sure bet you're having a great time. You don't want me, a stranger, as a family when you have your real family, right?
Those two were deceiving me.
Deceiving you? What do you mean by that?
Hear me out. So, my mom was giving all of my money to Michelle, the one that I was having you send, and she didn't even tell me about it.
Oh no! Is that so?
Michelle, that spoiled brat. She kept crying to my mom saying that her husband didn't earn enough to support their lifestyle. I guess she kept going to my mom and begged for money. So then my mom was handing over the money that you deposited to Michelle. I can't believe that she'll do this to me.
I knew it. And the truth comes out. You were finally able to confirm what actually happened.
You knew that this was what happened, right? That my mom was giving money to Michelle.
I had a feeling, but not exactly like this, but still. A hunch, I guess. Your mother spoils Michelle because she's her daughter, you know? She can't help it.
Why didn't you say anything? You could have said that to me back then.
Well, because no matter what I told you, you insisted that I took the money. You didn't want to listen to my side of the story. When did you ever give me a chance to? From the get-go, you were so sure I was the one who stole the money and even called me a thief.
What choice did I have at that time? My mom was crying, saying that she didn't have enough money.
So you easily fell for their trickery. I guess the real thief was your actual family.
Geez, you don't have to go that far. But now your false accusations have finally been cleared now. You're innocent.
I could have seriously proven it to you that I was innocent if I wanted to. I have all the evidence that I've been sending the money, like records of sending cash on delivery.
Evidence? What do you mean?
Well, I was sending money by cash on delivery. Isn't it obvious there would be records of what I send? I have all those records filed. Plus, the amount is mentioned in the declaration of the compensation for damage caused. So it mentions everything from their name, date, and the amount.
Why didn't you show me all that? It would have cleared all the accusation instantly. I thought that you were the one because you weren't saying any of that.
I thought, if you don't trust me, then it's not worth it anymore. I thought, I don't need a man who doesn't trust their own wife's words. There's no purpose to show you the evidence when it was clear that you didn't even try to hear me out. What's the meaning in putting all that effort in and trying to convince you that I'm innocent? It didn't seem like you were going to believe me anyway.
And that's why you agreed to divorce so easily?
You made me realize that there's no point in being married to you anymore. Plus, there were things that's been bothering me from before, so to be honest, it was the perfect timing.
Wait, what?
I thought I'd discuss with you about it after I came back from my business trip. But then you brought it up first, so I thought, how lucky am I?
What? You were thinking like that? What the F?
Well, yeah. Isn't it obvious? Despite sending money to your parents, you didn't even help with any housework. I was doing everything alone, and you expected me to, even though I've asked you multiple times to do your part. You figured it out, didn't you? Isn't that why you contacted me?
My monthly salary, that's all I have?
You finally realized how much you're earning.
I only get $2,500 after all the taxes are taken?
Finally realized it, huh? Yes, but it's not like I'm saying it's too little or anything like that. With that amount, even without my income, we could have managed as a couple. But then, we couldn't manage because...
The money we were sending to my mom and my allowance of $500 all disappeared like that? All gone? I don't even have any money left to save?
Yep, that's right. The $2,000 for your parents and your $500 allowance. It all adds up. You never check your salary statement, do you? I am in disbelief of how little you know about your own financial situation. How much were you thinking you were getting paid?
I thought it was fine because you didn't really say anything about it.
I said it a while ago. I mentioned it to you multiple times. I said that $2,000 a month is way too much for us to give her. But you never really listened, did you?
So, all the living expenses so far...
Have been covered by my salary, obviously. After all, your salary doesn't leave anything behind.
Well, yeah, I know that much now.
I thought I could manage to do as you asked for a while after your father passed away. Things drastically changed for your mother, too. But your mother kept urging me if I was even slightly late with the money. Your cute little sister would even contact me about it. They didn't give a care in the world about my schedule, even though I work full-time. It was always about them and their schedule.
Those two, they sure are persistent.
But I'm surprised they confessed. I always thought your mother would keep insisting that I was stealing the money.
Michelle was the one who spilled the beans. She asked when the money was going to be deposited. So I told her we couldn't give her anything since we're living together now. She said that if I didn't get it, she wouldn't be able to make ends meet. So naturally, I asked her for the details, and she admitted that my mom had been giving her all the money.
I see. I guess someday you would have found out anyway.
I've already decided to cut ties with that family. So you can come back to me now. Let's live together as a happy couple from now on. You're my real family, I see that now.
You've got to be kidding me. Didn't I tell you earlier? I think I made it very clear that I'm happy with my life. And that's without you and stays that way. I thought I was extremely lucky that you were the one who mentioned the divorce, remember? So why would I have to get married to you again? For what purpose? What good does that do for me? More like, What made you think I would get back with you? There's no way that's happening.
Why not? You don't have to send them money anymore. We'll have more than enough for ourselves. Wouldn't that make your life easier?
It's not about the money. I was sending it to them before, so isn't that obvious? I've had enough of being with someone like you. That's it. That's the reason.
Someone like you who doesn't even have a hobby? Being happy and content? That just doesn't add up. There's probably nothing for you to do now that you're alone. Being married is obviously better for you.
Who are you to say that? Don't decide my happiness for me. I'm the only one who gets to decide my happiness. Even if I were to get married again, it definitely wouldn't be to you. I can't imagine a future with you where I'd be happy if you were to be my partner again. I wasn't happy before either, and that's why we got divorced. I thought that was clear.
There's no crazy person out there willing to marry you except me. You should be grateful that I'm willing to take you back.
If there's no one else, then I'd rather not get married again. I'm not someone who needs a partner to be happy. Besides, I do have hobbies. I'm enjoying it very much right now.
No, you don't. You were just stuck in a routine going to work and coming home. You're like those people who have nothing better to do. No offense.
Doing something outside isn't the only definition of a hobby, is it? If someone enjoys doing something, then it's considered a hobby, no?
Okay, so let's say you found something to do. What's your hobby then?
Saving money and building up savings.
What kind of hobby is that? I don't think you can really call that a hobby. That's just life.
Well, it started since the second year of our marriage. I was practically covering our living expenses with my salary alone, as you know. Within that, I enjoyed finding ways to save money and increase my savings. Budgeting the necessities and trying to find ways to save money. That became pretty enjoyable for me.
Seriously? You were saving money since we were married? And from our second year? It's been a while then.
Yeah, of course. With the amount of money we were sending to your mother, it seemed necessary to do so. Or else all my money would have been gone, just like yours. When you think about your future, isn't it an obvious thing to do? I don't know how you lived until now with even saving a dime.
Seriously? Wait a minute. If you were saving money since we were married, doesn't that mean that money is legally also mine? It's our shared assets, right?
It was my money from my salary. So I obviously kept it in my personal account instead of our joint bank account. Only makes sense to do so.
Seriously, you don't know anything, do you? I believe that assets for a married couple doesn't matter whether the name is under one of us.
You're quite the expert when it comes to this, huh?
So tell me, how much do we have?
I don't want to tell you, and I don't have any obligations to answer you.
We're gonna split that money anyway, so just spill it. You know you can't keep it away from me.
What are you talking about? I'm not going to split it with you. Why would I need to split anything with you after all this?
You don't understand what I just told you, do you? Should I have used simpler words to explain so that you would understand? That money you saved, that is our shared asset. So that means that...
Seriously? Don't tell me you forgot.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Remember that we signed a document when we got divorced. It was a document stating that we won't have any property division during the divorce.
Oh, damn it.
I even consulted to a lawyer just to make sure. I had a hunch something like this might happen, so I'm glad I took precautions. So everything in my name is mine, and I'm going to keep it that way. Because I can legally do so.
That was a document that meant you won't get the assets. It didn't say anything about me. It didn't mean that I won't get what's rightfully mine.
It's too late to say that now. We both agreed and signed the documents. There's no going back on it. It's good that we made it official. Otherwise, this could have turned into a messy situation.
Who would have thought that things would turn out this way?
Well, I'm glad it worked out. All thanks to you, that is. I hope you're also aware that it makes no sense that I wouldn't get my share of our assets and you would. You were the one who said you didn't want things to turn out messy later on, so we should make it official by creating a document. Sometimes you say some good things. It helped me out a lot this time.
No, but...
Well, I think it's time to say goodbye. I'll manage on my own, so you take care of your real family. Hope you live happily ever after with them.
I have no one else but you. That's the truth. That's my truth now. And it's troubling for me if you don't come back. I really need you to come back. We can work this out together.
Why?
Well, actually, my mom figured out that I don't have any money. I guess she didn't know that I was able to give all that money to her because you were also working. So once she found out, she secretly took my credit card from my wallet since I didn't have anything else I can offer. But then she freaking gave my credit card to Michelle so that she can use it freely. Can you believe that?
Wow, your mom can be quite resourceful, huh?
Yeah, whatever. And then Michelle quickly maxed out the credit card with a ton of shopping. And now there's this huge bill to pay. It's all getting billed to me. How does that even make sense? I'm not even the one using it.
Oh, wow, that must be tough. I guess that means your whole salary will be used up too.
Exactly. Oh, you get me so well. That's why I need you to come back. I need your help or else I'm seriously doomed.
How ridiculous. Do you know what you just said to me? It sounds like you're saying you want me back for my money rather than me.
Don't forget that your money and you are a package deal, so of course I would want you back.
Seriously, it's frustrating. You better stop mocking me. How can you keep disrespecting me? First calling me a thief and now wanting me to get back with you for my money? Your mom has her own social security money, right? She could live off of that for a while.
No, I can't do that. That's why I'm asking you to come back. She told me that money is for herself to spend. She insists on not spending a single cent of it for us. Her own son and daughter, can you believe that? That's why she stole my credit card and gave it to Michelle, so that she doesn't have to pay a dime for her.
Your mom is really something. I admire her. I should have learned from her while we were married. I regret it now that I'm back to my senses. I guess being with you and your family really made me lose part of my common sense and sanity.
Well, she has quite the nerve, that old hag. Considering how she's made me give her money all this time, she could help me out with the credit card bills.
You say that, but you've willingly given it to her all along. So what are you talking about? And all because of that. That's how I've been supporting our livelihood. I never complained, and yet you were telling me that I should be the one doing the housework because I'm a woman. Oh, makes me laugh.
But that's because I had no idea they were spending it so carelessly.
It can't be helped now. What's done has been done. You just have to hope there's no damage like this again in the future.
So, are you gonna start over with me?
I don't know how you got to that, but there's no way that's happening. I'll send you a book that I considered my savings technique Bible. You can use it as a reference. It might be helpful for you and your family. You guys need to learn how to save. And this will be my last act of kindness for you and your family.
I don't need a damn book. It's not gonna help out. It's not a few dollars we're talking about here. She maxed out my credit card. What I want is you.
What you want isn't me. It's my money. You really give me the creeps for saying all these things to me. I don't know how you can say all this.
That's my true feelings. Please, let's start over.
No. I've told you no. Stop bothering me. You're being annoying and extremely disrespectful. I don't deserve this, and you brought upon yourself whatever it is that you're facing and going to face in the future. Please don't ever contact me again.
We were a married couple until last month. Couldn't you be a bit more kind?
Yes, we were a married couple until last month. But now we're complete strangers. If we were complete strangers while we were married, as you said, then we're more of a stranger now that we're not married. Honestly, I'd like to erase our past as a couple. Well then, goodbye forever. Please do not ever contact me again!
Please, wait. Can you just give it another thought? There's no one else here I can rely on besides you. Please help me. You're the one for me. If you absolutely don't want to get back with me, can you at least send me some money? I'm really in a rut. I'm begging you, please help me.
Afterward, my ex-husband and ex-mother-in-law kept contacting me repeatedly, but I just kept ignoring them. Without any shame for what they did to me, they kept asking for money and pushing for reconciliation. My ex-husband's salary alone couldn't cover all the expenses like the credit card bill. And now he's even working part-time at night. He's become noticeably thinner. He came to me in tears, pleading for help. But it was so annoying that I blocked him and the rest of his family. Now I feel so much better knowing that I don't ever have to be in touch with him or his family. On the other hand, I shared my money-saving techniques online, and it received a great response. A publishing company approached me, and now I'm going to publish a book. This came to me as a surprise, but I am so excited for everything that's going to happen. I wasn't sad or anything about the divorce, but this was a really great way to start my new life, and I felt as though I was being congratulated for choosing and working hard for myself. I'm incredibly happy and motivated to work even harder. Cheers to the bright days ahead of me! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel for more great content like this. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us create more videos for you. So hit that subscribe button and like this video, and we'll see you in the next one.